Costco, the warehouse retailer personally responsible for an enormous percentage of my family's annual spending, was forced to recall a shocking 80,000 pounds of butter. What in the world would cause such a massive recall? Did an unfortunate worker fall in the vats? Was it a brain-eating bacteria? No, it was none of those things. It was, in fact, nothing at all wrong with the butter itself. So why the dramatic action? Well, the FDA flagged the product for immediate, quote, Class 2 recall when it was discovered that nowhere on the packaging were the words, quote, contains milk, unquote. That's right, a simple design oversight on the part of a product packaging designer resulted in the recall of almost $320,000 worth of butter. It's worth noting that cream, and then in parentheses, milk, close parentheses, was listed as the first ingredient on all of these packages, but the regulation requires that it has to have a second line below the ingredients that states contains milk. So, in the interests of being informative and helpful, we want to inform our listeners, our listeners, butter contains milk. In fact, if unsalted, it will likely be the only ingredient. The same is true of cheese, yogurt, paneer, creamed corn, white gravy, and ice cream. Write it down, make a note. Don't allow yourself to be caught off guard by any future mislabeled butters. Also, if you're looking to hire a product packaging designer, there's probably one looking for a new job. Hair loss is a frustrating problem that affects some 80 million Americans. Globally, hair loss treatments are a nearly $12 billion market, at least that's what it was in 2024. Minoxidil, also known as Rogaine, is one of the most commonly used medications to help. When used topically, it is simply massaged into the scalp and helps dormant hair follicles to re-enter the anagen, or growth phase, that they have fallen out of. Unfortunately, the desire of some parents to keep their hair seems to have had an unfortunate side effect on their children. Werewolf syndrome, or the technical name, hypertrichosis, is when children develop abnormal tufts of hair across their body, sometimes including on their faces. There have been fewer than 100 documented cases of werewolf syndrome worldwide, and it is generally a genetic disorder, which is why it was so shocking when 11 children in Spain all developed it in just the last year. After investigation, it turned out that each of the cases involved a parent that was using over-the-counter minoxidil on themselves. Inadvertently, traces of it was still on their hands, and it was getting onto or into their babies' mouths, which was how the babies were growing all of that hair. Thankfully, in every case in Spain, the baby's unwanted hair receded when caregivers stopped using topically applied minoxidil solutions. If you are using a medicated scalp treatment to keep your hair, please make sure that you are washing your hands and waiting at least 20 minutes before touching your baby.